Hi all, this is Dr. Mamta Java, infectious disease specialist and microbiology faculty. In this video module, I'll try to simplify cytokines as much as possible for all of you. Now guys, in books you read that cytokines are low molecular weight proteins which perform the function of passing on message from one cell to another, and that's how the immune response goes ahead. Personally, I look at cytokines as gossiping molecules. Gossiping is not done just by humans. By the way, humans gossiping about each other is not good. But the kind of gossip which cytokines do, that is passing on message from one cell to another, is actually good for us, because passing on of such messages via these proteins called cytokines helps immensely in immune response. So let us see what are the important cytokines and what all gossiping work they do. Now, the very first slide on cytokines is about the names of the pro-inflammatory and the cytokines and the endogenous pyrogens. Now, remember IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, and remember Sweet 16. So, the two I's and the two numbers should remind you of interleukin 1 and interleukin 6. And T, that is technology, the T actually stands for tumor necrosis factor alpha. Okay, so I hope this is easy. Remember, Sweet 16, somebody is super intelligent, that at the age of 16, that student gets admitted into IIT, right? So IIT, Sweet 16. Now, all these three cytokines serve two important functions. They are pro-inflammatory and they are endogenous pyrogens. Now, over here, I would like to tell you the example of an exogenous pyrogen also, which is nothing but lipopolysaccharide or endotoxin, which is located in the outer membrane of gram-negative bacteria. So this is slide number 1. Then the next slide, who you can see over here, what I've drawn, this, imagine you are this cute kid. You are studying very sincerely, diligently, and your aim is to achieve rank 1 in your exam, whether you are preparing for NEET, next INI CAT, college prof exam, or any exam, right? So visualize yourself and tell yourself, me Arthat myself, me Aka myself will score rank 1 in the exam, whatever exam that is, and then I'll celebrate in Leh, right? So rank number 1 should remind you of interleukin 1. Me myself reminds you of the source of interleukin 1, that is, M stands for macrophages and the other APCs. Examples of other APCs or antigen presenting cells other than macrophages are the dendritic cells and the B cells, B lymphocytes, right? So these are the examples of the professional antigen presenting cells, DMB, dendritic cells, macrophages, and the B lymphocytes, or simply called as the B cells. Remember, out of all these professional APCs, it is the dendritic cells which are the best APCs, the bestest APCs, right? So M stands for macrophages and other APCs, and E stands for endothelial cells, right? So interleukin 1 is produced by these, and eventually it acts on Leh, right? Imagine, it's easy to remember. Once you give your exam, attain rank 1, then eventually or finally you will go to Leh to celebrate, right? So LEH, Leh mnemonic, is for the areas where which are acted upon by the cytokine interleukin 1. So L stands for liver. Interleukin 1 will act on liver and will inspire liver to produce acute phase reactants. That's the job of interleukin 1 performed on the liver cells, right? Then second target of interleukin 1 is the endothelial cells. That's why interleukin 1 is also known as pro-inflammatory cytokine, because it will again act on the endothelial cells, will activate them and will increase the permeability. So it will help in inflammation. It's a pro-inflammatory cytokine. Then thirdly, H of Leh stands for hypothalamus. Interleukin 1, as I just said, it's an endogenous pyrogen also. It will act on hypothalamus and will induce fever formation, right? Then the next slide, cytokines, slide number 3. Over here you can see two circles representing the two cells. The upper circle represents the APC, the antigen presenting cell, and the circle below is a TH0 cell, in other words, naive T cell. Guys, please do not confuse or misconstrue a naive T cell as immature T cell. A naive T cell is the one which has not yet done any work. It has not yet activated. Why it has not yet got activated? Because it has not come in contact with its antigen. No antigen presenting cell has brought the protein antigen to this naive helper T cell, right? So imagine an APC is coming towards this knife cell, and it is trying to, butterify this, or please this knife cell. Butterify or pleasing meaning it tries to, it is, trying to activate this T helper cell, because probably the APC is dealing with a pathogen, which with which it could not deal with on its own. So now it is seeking the help of the acquired immune system, and T cells or T lymphocytes are important members of the acquired immunity or the adaptive immunity, right? So what is happening over here in this picture, as you can see, the APC produces interleukin 1. So in this slide, I'm going to tell you one more important function of interleukin 1, and that is it is produced by the APCs or the antigen presenting cells, and once produced, these interleukin 1 molecules are then going to attach to their receptor, which is expressed on this very cell, on the naive T cell, which is now, in the process of getting activated. So interleukin 1 helps in T cell activation. That's an important function. And once this interaction takes place between interleukin 1 and the naive helper T cell, and once that activation process of naive helper T cell happens, then this activated cell, this activated helper T cell will start to produce interleukin 2. And interleukin 2, it not only produces interleukin 2, but it also begins to express the receptor for interleukin 2, as you can see over here. So this interleukin 2 so produced is then going to act on this T cell itself, right, and it will cause its proliferation or growth. So that is why we call interleukin 2 as T cell growth factor also. And this kind of action of cytokines, where a cytokine which is being produced by a particular cell is acting on that very cell, this is known as autocrine action, right? This is slide number 3. Then moving ahead, slide number 4. Now that we're talking about interleukin 2, continuing with the story about interleukin 2 ahead, remember, interleukin 2 should remind of the phrase awesome twosome. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is it is a growth factor for both the major types of T cells, that is T helper cells, and TC cells, that is cytotoxic T cells. Remember, the pan T cell marker is CD3, right? And if you want to differentiate between TH cells and TC cells, you need to identify some other CD markers. For instance, T helper cells are CD4 positive, and TC cells or cytotoxic T cells are CD8 positive. Now both TH and TC being T cells, both of them will be CD3 positive, but the differentiating CD molecule, to comment on whether they are whether a T cell is helper or cytotoxic, these differentiating CD molecules are CD4 present on helper cells, CD and CD8 present on the cytotoxic T lymphocytes. Apart from bringing about the growth or proliferation of the two major types of T cells, interleukin 2 also is going to act as a growth factor or a proliferation factor for certain natural killer cells also, right? This is about interleukin 2. Then cytokines 5. You can see a teacup. Okay, don't pause the video and go have tea. Let me finish the video and learn and memorize with me only. Stay with me till the end, then you can have your tea or coffee. By the way, over here I have drawn tea. Have tea 3 times a day. Tea, by the way, they say is better than coffee. I am a coffee lover, by the way. Okay, coming to the point. Have tea 3 times a day. The number 3 should remind you of interleukin 3. Now, interleukin 3 is produced by T cells. The T of T or chai should remind you of T cells or the T lymphocytes. And this interleukin 3 produced by these T cells is going to act on H cells or the hematopoietic cells, right? So, interleukin 3 is regarded as multi-CSF, that is multi-colony stimulating factor. Okay, once the T is in front of you, then only you are going to have it. So, even if you get confused whether the source of interleukin 3 is H or T, obviously it is going to be T, because T should remind you of T cells. T cells are going to produce interleukin 3, and this interleukin 3 in turn is going to act on the hematopoietic cells. Then cytokines 6. Now interleukins 4 and 5 I have written together because these two cytokines or interleukins are very, very important for the activation of B cells. Now guys, cytokines I have defined in the beginning of the video. Interleukins are one type of cytokines. Inter means between, leukin means leukocyte, right? So interleukins are a special kind of cytokines which carry out the function of passing on message from one leukocyte to another. Okay, So we have got interleukin 4 and 5. Both of these are going to act on the B cells. How? These days, although 5G network is the in thing, the hot topic these days. Right, but then most of us, I guess, are using still 4G. For all practical purposes of this video, remember, 4G is in demand. Okay, 4G. So remember, 4 is the growth factor. Interleukin 4 is the growth factor of B cells, so it's B cell growth factor. It will cause multiplication or proliferation of the B cells, and once all these B cells are multiplied, now they can get differentiated into plasma cells, right? And who will perform that function of transformation of B cells into plasma cells? It is interleukin 5. So remember, 5D. Interleukin 5 is the differentiation factor for which cells? B cells, right? Now, apart from these two functions on the B cells, interleukins 4 and 5 have got other functions also. For instance, interleukin 4 helps in class switching of the B cells to IgE and IgG1 and G4. Remember, there are four isotypes. There are four subtypes of IgG isotype of the immunoglobulins: G1, G2, G3, G4. Remember, E for extreme. So the extreme numbers 1 and 4, IgG1 and G4, these are going to be produced in the presence of interleukin 4. So remember, E for extreme and E for also IgE. And extreme should also remind you of the extreme numbers out of G1, G2, G3, G4. What are the extreme numbers? G1 and G4. Remember it like that. Okay. You can also remember forever. Okay. For interleukin 4 ever, E ka ever, and IgE. Then interleukin 5 helps in class switching to IgA, plus it also helps in eosinophil growth and differentiation, right? So this is about interleukins 4 and 5. Very, very important for B cells. Now, next slide, cytokines 7. Now, this guy ate a heavy meal and had to pay a heavy bill. So this guy is wondering, I ate 6 meals and paid a heavy bill. The number 6 should remind you of interleukin 6. Okay, so this guy obviously would have first eaten the food and then the bill would come later. Okay, so interleukin 6 first is going to be produced by ATE, A for APCs, T for Th2 cells, and E for endothelial cells. Bill baad mein aayega. Bill will be brought to the table in the restaurant later on. So remember, interleukin 6 is eventually going to act on the B and L of BIL. Keep following my pointer, please. Now, it will act on B cells and will inspire them or activate them to produce antibodies, and it will also act on liver and will help or inspire liver or irritate liver to produce acute phase reactants or APRs. So these are the important functions and the important source cells of interleukin 6. Then interleukin 7, S for stromal. So interleukin 7 is produced by certain cells called as stromal cells, which are located in thymus and bone marrow. All of us know that thymus is the site of maturation of T cells and bone marrow is the site of maturation of the B cells, right? So these thymus and bone marrow have got certain certain cells called as stromal cells, which are the source of interleukin 7, and this interleukin 7 in turn is going to act as a growth factor for the T cell precursors and the B cell precursors present respectively in thymus and bone marrow. So eventually what it is doing, it is going to help in the formation of two very important members of the acquired or adaptive immunity, that is the T cells and the B cells. Then next, cytokine 9. Now this slide is personally my favorite because it reminds me of my college where I did my MD microbiology from, that is KIMS Hubli. Now guys, in our campus in KIMS Hubli, North Karnataka, there is still an eating joint known as Nandini Milk Parlor. So this mnemonic I have made keeping NMP, we used to call it, address it as NMP, okay, not the full form Nandini Milk Parlor. So remember NMP or Nandini Milk Parlor. Nandini Milk Parlor, if you look at the menu, they serve paratha and tea hot at 8 a.m. So number 8 reminds you of interleukin 8. Right now, interleukin 8 is produced by NMP or Nandini Milk Parlor, that is N for NK cells, M for macrophages, and P for polymorphonuclear cells, right? And so interleukin 8 has been produced by these cells. Next, it is going to act on paratha and tea. Okay, so first you will go to NMP and after that paratha and tea will be served to you. So meaning to say NMP कब याद रखना है? It is NMP should come to your mind as the source cells of interleukin 8, and finally you will be served paratha and tea. Paratha, or the P of paratha, reminds you of PMNs, that is polymorphonuclear cells, and the T of tea, or chai, reminds you of T cells. So basically, interleukin 8 is going to act on PMNs and T cells, and it is going to cause recruitment of these cells at the site of infection or immune response. Then, next slide, slide 10. Now, all of us know ACP means Assistant Commissioner of Police. I have just rephrased it to for my convenience in immunology. Remember, APC for us stands for in immunology, not just for antigen presenting cells, but for the sake of this slide on cytokines, it also stands for Assistant Police Commissioners. Remember, a team of 12 APCs or Assistant Police Commissioners targets and nullifies crime and promotes harmony. So the number 12 pertains to interleukin 12, and it acts on what? It acts on the this thing, targets and nullifies crime and promotes harmony, should remind you of the targets of interleukin 12, wherein T of target should remind you of the naive T helper cells. So under the influence of interleukin 12, the naive T cells will differentiate or transform into Th1 cells. Th1 cells. Remember, Th1 cells are important participants of cell-mediated immunity, and Th1 cells are the source of important cytokines, namely interleukin 2, interleukin 12, and interferon gamma. So remember, 2, 12 gamma, interleukin 2, 12, and interferon gamma, right? And interleukin 12 also is going to act on the NK cells or natural killer cells, right? And because interleukin 12 is helping in the formation of Th1 cells and NK cells, both of which are important participants or contributors to cell-mediated immunity, we say that interleukin 12 promotes CMI. Okay, so I have justified targets and nullifies crime and promotes harmony wala sentence also, wala part of the sentence also. Then next slide. Interleukin 13. Pehli baat, it is produced by what? Simple maths. Interleukin 13. 3 minus 1 is 2. So remember, it is produced by Th2 cells. Th2 cells. Now that it has been produced, it is going to act on what? It is going to act on the following. Now remember, it is going to act on the epithelial cells and will inspire them to produce mucus. Now E of epithelial cell is nothing but the mirror image of 3. Okay, that's what I have drawn over here. Okay, so remember 3 of 13, and remember its mirror image E. It will act on epithelial cells and cause them to produce mucus. Then interleukin 13 is produced by Th2 cells. 2 is an analogous to both in English, and B for both, B for B cells. So interleukin 13 is going to act on the B cells and will inspire them or irritate them to bring about class switching to IgE. Remember, class switching to IgE is brought about by interleukin 4, which I mentioned a few minutes back, and interleukin 13. Easy. 1 plus 3 is also 4. So remember, 4 wale interleukins, they are going to cause class switching to IgE. Plus, if suppose this, I hope you are following the pointer. E ko, if you E can be looked upon as M also, right? E को टेढ़ा कर दोगे तो M बन जाएगा. So interleukin 13 is also going to act on macrophages and will cause their inhibition. It will inhibit macrophages. So all these are important functions performed by interleukin 13. Then cytokines 12. 12वीं slide. Let us see what are the toners of inflammation or anti-inflammatory cytokines. Now this phrase toners of inflammation is my own. You won't find it in any of the books. So people who are exam going, especially the second year students, please don't use this phrase toners of inflammation. Okay, आप क्या बोलोगे examiner को, या examiner आपसे क्या पूछेगा? Anti-inflammatory cytokines. Now T for toner, T for 10, T for TGF beta or transforming growth factor beta. Now both of these cytokines are anti-inflammatory. How? Interleukin 10, it is produced by Th2 cells, and its function is to inhibit the development of Th1 cells. Now Th1 cells are important mediators of CMI, so that is why we refer to this interleukin 10 as an anti-inflammatory cytokine. And coming to transforming growth factor beta, it is produced by macrophages, T cells, and B cells. And what is its function? Its function is to inhibit T cell activation, and it also brings about class switching to IgA. It causes IgA class switching. Right. So IgA class switching create two cytokines we have learned so far: transforming growth factor beta, and also remember interleukin 5. Now, the final slide of cytokines in this video is this. The naive helper T cells, if they come under the influence of interleukin 12, then this naive helper T cell will become, it will be destined to become Th1. And what are the signature cytokines which are produced by Th1? This I've already mentioned before. Remember, 2, 12 gamma, interleukin 2, interleukin 12, and interferon gamma. And if suppose interleukin 12 is not there in the surroundings or environment or neighborhood of this naive helper T cell, instead some other cytokine is present. What other cytokine? Interleukin 4 if present in greater amount, then what will happen? Then this naive helper T cell, it will be destined to transform into a Th2 cell. And Th2 cell का क्या function है? Th2 cell will help in immune response by producing its own cytokines, that is interleukins 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 13. So 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 13. So remember this very, very important slide. So this is about the cytokines, the important ones, and their actions. Your feedback means a lot to me. Please do let me know in the comment section what you think about this video and how I can improve upon myself. More videos on the way. Please like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for notifications for my future videos. And you can follow me also on Instagram, on my Facebook page, YouTube channel, of course, and then Telegram and Twitter as well. Study well. God bless you all and keep rocking. Thank you.